Hey, good morning from right here on McKenzie Mountain in Republic, Washington. It's the 9th of May. Beautiful morning right now, about 55 degrees. My wife is off. She's going about I think it's an hour and a half away to Omak, where she and my granddaughter are going to get their nails done. We're getting ready to make that trip to Oklahoma to see my grandson's graduation next week, and so they wanted to get their nails done for that. And so they're on their way to Omak. I'm going to head out to a place called Scott Brothers Coffee Roasters. It's in between Curlew and Danville. It's a guy that just roasts he lived up here forever and didn't like the coffee that we, wanted to have some specialty coffee. So he and his brother started making their own, finding their own coffee beans. And they have a handcrafted, homemade built roasting machine that they use there. And they now make a coffee that you can buy online, Scott's Brothers Coffee. You can get it at the stores here, but I like to go out and get some coffee from them. They give a little bit of a discount if you get it from them locally. So I'm gonna run out there and get some coffee from Scott Brothers. We're working on the property. I got the flooring is in place. It's not screwed down yet, but it is in place now for the loft. That's there. I ordered some more from Home Depot, ordered some more insulation. This will go on the upper part of the walls. And then I also ordered some plumbing parts that my son is gonna need. We're gonna finish up the rough end plumbing today, I think. We're gonna be able to get that done. And except for the stuff that we had to order. We had to order some material that they don't have it here locally. So could only get it by ordering. Had it quite the issue yesterday with Home Depot. Went to order this. It's a pretty large order. Several $1,000s, and so I went to make the order, got it all set up, and then it has to be delivered, and my card was declined. And so I thought, the girl that was working with me, I could tell she was a little bit busy and distracted anyway, so I thought, well, she probably got a number wrong. So we ran the numbers again and got declined again. So then I hung up. She said, I'll save this order. I hung up, called the credit card company, who said, no, it wasn't declined, but I can see it's pending. So I'll put a little note here so that they know to accept the order, to not decline. And so I called her back, and she tried it again, and it was declined again. And I told her, well, I know they just said it's working, so let's try it again. So we tried it again, it declined again. So by this time, I'm starting to get frustrated enough that I can't hardly remember a number. Get my numbers all confused and mixed up, securities and account number and birth date and expiration dates and all those things. I'm getting frustrated. It's getting right about 5 o'clock. We needed to get ready to go to church. And so I said, well, I'll just, I'll just have to work on this later. She said, I'll save your order, and maybe tomorrow you can call the desk in. So first thing this morning, I called again. This was a different fella. Might be that they weren't very busy in the morning like that. And so I told him the whole thing. He said, well, because the credit card, I called him back the credit card back a second time. He said, I want you to go online and see this. I had been charged 4 times for this Home Depot order already. It was pending, but there is on my website, on my statement right now, there are 4 separate charges for this same order. And the credit company said, we can't get rid of that. That's going to have to be someone at Home Depot. And he said, eventually, because if the order's not placed, eventually they'll just drop off anyway. But I can't get rid of them. And I need them off the statement, because next week I'm making that trip down to my grandson's graduation, and I'll need that credit card. Sure don't want to get to Oklahoma, and then the card goes belly up on me or something. So anyway, so I called him today, and he said, well, the first thing let's see what we can figure out about those 4 orders, because you don't want to get this thing delivered 5 times. So he looked it up, and he says, okay, on my screen, he says, on you have no active orders, so we're not going to deliver this material to you. Now, the guy at the sales desk, he can't get rid of the numbers that are on my credit card, but he said, I can assure you, you're not going to get this 4 different times, the delivery 4 different times. And that means that, and we don't, you didn't buy it. We have no record of you buying this stuff yet. And so that means that I've not been charged for, or I'm not going to be charged for it. It'll drop eventually. And so then we went ahead with him, because I have to have this stuff and I can't go get it myself. It has to be delivered. It's of sufficient size that it's not something that I can get by myself. Can't deliver it myself. So it has to be delivered. Anyway, so we went ahead and made that order, and he was able to get it through without any trouble. So I just think there was something that the lady last night wasn't getting worked out right. I think I told you, I just talked to my mom this morning. Yesterday, my mom went to a lung specialist. She has COPD. And in the last probably year and a half, she's been to the hospital 7 or 8 times with pneumonia. And it's like she never gets rid of it. She comes home, they keep her at the hospital long enough that she's feeling well enough. She comes home, but then it comes back again. So just over and over and over. Somewhere several months ago in the late winter, early spring, someone at the hospital said, you need to see a pulmonary specialist. She'd never seen one before. Even though she has COPD, she's never gone to a specialist for that. And so they set her up to see a pulmonary specialist. But that appointment was for May 8th. I wasn't positive 3 weeks ago. I didn't think Mom was going to live to May 8th. But she did. She recovered, got out, she got home. She's been feeling pretty well for at least the last week. She's been feeling pretty well. She went to the pulmonary specialist yesterday who told Mom, you don't have to die of COPD. And he's felt like he could manage that, but he said but we do need to make sure we get that pneumonia taken care of. So what he done about 3 weeks ago, Mom had a CAT scan where they found pneumonia was still there. So what he had done, and Mom, she has COPD. About a little over a year ago now, there was a factory fire in her neighborhood that they chose to just let burn for 6 weeks and burn itself out. And the doctors are concerned that fire did something to her lungs, confounded this problem. Anyway, so 2-3 weeks ago, something like that, they did a CAT scan. And this pulmonary specialist has that report or that scan record. So he said, what I want you to do, 2 more weeks, Mom's on medicine. He said, 2 more weeks, I want you to go get another CAT scan, and then I'm going to compare the two. And then in June, 1st of June, I'll meet with you and we'll compare those two and see what we can do. He said that there is a way for him to do some procedure he can do to help remove the pneumonia without surgery. He said it would involve putting Mom asleep, but it's not actual surgery. And so Mom was kind of open to that a little bit. But last night at 1:30, yesterday, very encouraging. Last night at 1:30, she had another episode. And so today she's doing really, really poorly. Good news is she can get a hold of my sister and her. They can get a hold of the pulmonary specialist today. And I believe that specialist at this point will be able to act quickly to try to help Mom's condition. And so that's going on. Anyway, a lot happening on McKenzie Mountain today. Wherever you are, God bless you and keep you.